Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
3,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
4,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8.
6,
6, 7, 8.
7,
7, 8.
8 right there.
8.
7 again.
8.
Walk it on down.
7, 8.
Little bit lower.
7, 8.
Little bit
5, 6,
lower.
7, 8.
Come on, come
4,
on,
5,
come
6, 7, 8. 3,
on.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You think people are really gonna watch this,
They ain't got nothing else to do.
right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. Now I'm here with
Your girl So Fab and
OBLIO.
dopest second crew shift in the game.
hey, we still rocking and rolling, my guy.
How was everybody's Friday?
Better than what this week has treated me.
Okay.
How about you, Will?
And they're pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah. Yourself?
It was all right. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Besides the pain going on in my back. If y'all knew right now, I'm over here like, find that. You know how you got to find that position amongst the pain. So if it gets real weird over here and I'm sitting like, just let me be. No jokes, no clowns. I don't know where this pain came from, but my back is, and this chair ain't it.
No, it's not. I could have told you that. Should have got one of them rolling chairs.
Yeah, I'm over here with my Al Green just. Like, yeah, boy.
Bing, bing, ding.
Okay, we're not gonna do that.
You started it.
Pain is real. No, it's okay. It'll be all right. My body rejected the medication.
I think that was too much, my nigga.
I mean, I've done it before.
That's not good.
Could be an issue.
Yes.
It's like addiction.
You should not take that much ibuprofen.
I've been doing that since college.
Crazy.
So like back in the day, maybe I shouldn't tell this. Yeah, I'll tell it. Back in the day, they used to have your painkillers in college for football. They used to have it like a dispenser, like candy. So you just go in, pick it up, and you take it. Nobody really monitored or cared.
Like painkillers?
Ibuprofen, aspirin,
Oh, okay.
whatever it is that you
not like
needed.
Oxycontin or anything.
No, but just your normal painkillers.
Okay,
but you take as much as you need.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a dispenser. So people, so they wouldn't feel pain, would pop them before practice. I was one of those people. So you get you about anywhere between 16 to 2400 of Motrin or ibuprofen, and you go practice and not realize that, like, you probably had like concussions and shit, but you're numb.
And you're killing your liver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a problem. So today I tried to act like I was young. I'm gonna go ahead and pop 24 of these things, because when I tell you that pain ain't nothing worse than a toe, a tooth, or a back.
No.
Like those three pains will have you just like.
Or no. When you shut your finger in a door and there's nothing you can do about it.
I haven't done that since mom did it to me. Yeah. All of 8 years old, she did it to me. It was the worst. If you people, matter of fact, I'm so traumatized, you can see how I close doors now. Like I step to the side, make sure all is clear, then shut the door. Because she wasn't paying attention and my hand was still on the door. And then she shut. So I was behind her coming out of the, passenger side driver. So I shut that door and my hand was still on the door, but
Mhm.
where she's about to shut and her not paying attention, pow, hand in there.
Mm.
Going into Sears. Y'all remember Sears?
Yes, I remember Sears.
Sears. Mhm. I even remember what we were going to get because she felt bad. And so she got me extra stuff. It was a doll. So remember, what is this?
No.
Remember Cabbage Patch Kids?
Oh, that's when you got Woody.
No, Woody's. No, I got the pets. So Cabbage Patch Kids had a pet, and his name was Kusa. I couldn't say his name right, but he was like a little like cat / lion. Remember, he was orange and
what happened to him?
orange and beige. Amongst many of our moves, he got left behind.
Because that is worth money.
All of them are, but there's a human being who has my Cabbage Patch, and you know who you are. Give me back my damn Cabbage Patch Kid.
Give it back.
My Cabbage Patch is in Farrell.
I thought you still had him.
She took him. He's in Farrell. Everybody thought it was a joke to take my fucking Cabbage Patch Kid. So like, because
the cutest little chocolate thing, and he had like yarn hair. He was adorable.
He was a real one, right? So he actually had like the real autographed butt cheek. Like he was real. And but I don't think I would have got money for him because his arm, mom had to restitch his arm.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
then
he didn't have the original clothes.
The pants, not the original shirt.
Okay.
And then instead of sucking my thumb, I sucked his thumb. So his thumb had no filling in it because I wasn't allowed to suck my thumb.
But I was.
Yeah, you were. But so he's in Farrell, PA. He was in Farrell, PA, but you know, she probably hates me, so that's probably burned. Woody's probably burnt somewhere.
Terrible. I still have Margie. Mm-hmm.
Those aren't worth any money.
No,
they don't have any arms. She had handicap dolls.
No, that was Mary and Gary, because I remember our cousin tore Gary's arm off, and that was like livid. Because I'm like, why would you do that demonic
it
shit?
Had no arm.
He did. I was like, what?
Wait, is Mary and Gary twins?
Yeah, they're twins,
Yeah,
but they're
they're
not
twins.
Cabbage Patches. They're like old fashioned, like twin baby dolls. But my Cabbage Patch is named Margie, and I still have her as well. Mm-hmm. Sentimental value, because she's just in the closet somewhere.
I would still have my stuff. Like I would still, if nobody, you know what I'm saying, if she didn't take it, I would still have my Cabbage Patch Kid. Because why not?
Yeah.
Hey, family.
He was kind of like my what's that? My buddy doll. Remember my buddy? He was my buddy.
What were the dolls that when you walked, they walked with you? Was that still my buddy?
Well, my buddy didn't walk.
There were some like you would literally hold their hand and they would walk with
I
you.
know
They
what
were
you're
the
talking about,
creepiest
but
things.
I couldn't. I
Yeah,
can't tell
they
you
were
what the name
creepy.
was.
I don't know what those were.
I don't fuck with that.
Do you still have anything from your childhood though?
Yes. So my favorite stuffed animal was a little brown dog with fluffy ears, and his name was Brownie. Where's my baby? He's somewhere locked up. And then I had I had an Elmo, a Tickle Me Elmo when I was 2.
Did you? Didn't they recall those?
Probably did. I don't know. Mine was like super old, and you know they've done different renditions of the Tickle Me Elmo. But my mom got jealous and stole my Tickle Me Elmo. I don't know what she did with it, but I don't have him anymore because of her. I was traumatized.
I'm sorry about that, though.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
You
fingers in
your
the
hand.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, back
pain,
back hurting, ibuprofen, finger in the door, going to get a Cabbage Patch Kid. Now we're here. But yeah, man, the pain.
Do y'all still have anything from y'all childhood?
I still have my trading cards, and
You do?
yes. So what made me pull them out was Amazon. You can sell your cards on Amazon. So I was just scrolling and seeing one of the cards that I actually have was on Amazon, and it was worth $399. People were bidding on it. So you know me, I'm like, I got that card, tearing up the house to get to my cards. And I found an app, and I still have it on my phone because I haven't gone through all of my cards. But the app will scan it for you and then tell you like what's it worth online.
That's dope.
And I have found some cards that I have that are like over $100 that, you know, I could you got to go through the process of making sure it's like legit and all that other stuff. But once you do, then you can sell them. So Chiquita was like, you got any, you thinking about selling any of those cars or are they a sentiment? Fuck them. I will sell every last one of these cars but until I seen that it was happening on Amazon, I didn't even, I just had them just to have them. But now that I know, I will cash them shits in so quick. I ain't got no sentimental. I remember that. How much sold?
I didn't even know you still had them.
I got bills. I don't, because it doesn't like I continue to collect.
Right.
So I could care less. I got one card that was scanned in there that was like 200 something bucks.
Wow.
That's good too.
Yeah, man. And I mean, when I tell you I got books of them, so like when I say I got my cards, it's like the ones.
Pokemon cards or baseball cards?
These are baseball, basketball and football. Yeah, I don't do Pokemon.
But they do that too.
But
they do.
Their Pokemon is probably worth more than some of the actual baseball and football cards.
That's dope.
But yeah, so we got there. I'll see if I can get us out of here by asking about birthdays. Does anybody have any?
Yeah, I believe I have like one or two. That's what I was looking at, and then I put my phone down. Sorry.
Well, of course, you know I have birthdays. I don't know how many I have. Oh, okay. I have a few.
Oh, yes.
What is well, we didn't do yesterday.
I have two.
So I'll do,
oh, wait, yesterday?
Yeah. So I'll start. I have Michelle Brewington, aka Plex. What is up with this screen? Then I have Arthur Coleman from yesterday, Darnell Evans yesterday, Amber Chambers, Mr. Bush, and I'm sorry, Mr. Matthew Bush. The reason why I said Mr. Bush, he's a teacher at Enloe. Then I have my man Ewa Young, one of my former football players, Antonio Davis, and Krishana Thomas are both today. Krishana Thomas is one of the masseuse that she's a mobile masseuse that I had on my podcast and has worked out some of the athletes that I train.
Oh,
Awesome.
Is she here? Local?
She's local. She worked out Ziegler.
Okay. Gotcha. I only have two. I have Laliza Johnson and then my homegirl from high school, Shantea Billingsley. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday, homie.
Happy birthday, girl.
You got any of them?
Yes. Happy birthday to my baby cousin Andre. Happy birthday. And tomorrow is my baby sister's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday, folks. Happy birthday, everybody. And let me get on my job. Hold on. I don't know where my mouse went.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Here it is. So let's get on the job. Happy birthday.
There we go.
There we go.
Y'all ready? Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Well, you look good. You look good. You look fine. You look fine. We hope you have a good time. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Yeah.
And as the saying goes, continue to live your life. Oh, man. I'm going to get through it. Continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from. Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. This is so that you guys can understand what's going on and what the joke was behind the scenes. I have found my comfortable spot, right? But like I said, I feel like I'm in one of those Jet magazines or one of those S-curl box when they be in the front like. I was stuck. Just I'm like, this position's good, but then I felt it like this is not okay. So
Shut up.
the Jet. Oh,
And then that shit keeps happening.
we gotta fix this before Kia comes in. Because I don't know. Hopefully, it's not affecting y'all. No, that would be just affecting us.
No, it's just affecting us.
Okay, so oh shit. Let's get into some entertainment news.
1980s.
And now with entertainment news with So Fab Kim.
I do have some Motrin. Would you like
It's all right. Nah, because everything we ain't gonna tell all my business on. I tell a lot, but I don't want to tell that. All right, let's go.
All right.
Who we talking about first?
Moving into our entertainment news. First things first, let's go ahead and start with Young Miami. Yes, she is trending on all.
Do we have a picture of her?
We do. Mhm.
Okay. I don't know who these chicks be. I listened to her today on the Breakfast Club. This is her?
Yeah, that's her. Uh-huh.
She's trying to backpedal out of this
well,
Diddy
not
stuff.
necessarily. Well, yeah. Carisha, or Young Miami, whichever you want to call her, is kind of getting roasted on social media, mainly for the sit down that she had with her friend Saucy Santana, not necessarily an actual real interviewer, but her friend on her platform, Carisha Please. And she decided to go ahead and address, the rumors and the whole situation with Diddy, and mostly from what she said, because a lot of people were like, I don't know what she's talking about. I can't understand her. But what I got from the interview, and y'all can understand it because you can read her rap. I mean, you can recite her rap lyrics, but what she was saying was she never experienced that side of Diddy that, the world is talking about now, or what Cassie experienced. She said that, he was all love. He was really sweet to her and very genuine, and, brought out a different side to her and essentially kind of spoke life into her. And I'm paraphrasing because this is not how she put it, but
okay.
This is not how she put it at all. But essentially, he was there for her and kind of gave her the confidence boost that she needed. And she was like, everyone was expecting me to speak out about the situation, but she was like, I had no knowledge of it, and I had no experience of him doing those things. So, essentially she's just trying to clear her name of the whole thing with Diddy. And, she was like, the whole world was celebrating him, and I was celebrating him as well with everyone else, so let's not act like, this man has always been in a negative light, because he had just won like a global icon award and all types of stuff. So essentially she's just saying, look, my name has been in, I ain't in it. But do you feel like she should be dragged regardless?
Carisha, please.
I mean,
I think she would have been fine just staying out the way.
Yeah, nobody asked. Once again, this is an unsolicited opinion.
Mhm.
So when you do things like this, it makes people feel like
You guilty.
you know something,
Mhm.
because nobody asked.
Well, no, social media was on her ass about it, because she was hyping Diddy
saying
up.
that she got beat.
No, saying that, why ain't you saying nothing? Like, you got
About
real
people
quiet.
getting beat?
Mhm.
Oh,
She got real quiet and disappeared.
I am not going to sit here and say that these people didn't know Diddy was out here whooping ass. Now, what I will say is I do believe if she never experienced it, because we do know abusers pick their targets.
Mhm.
And so when they do pick their targets, they know that this is a select person that I can get away with this shit
Right.
with. So it might be a little harder to get away with it with the city girl, right? Because she's one of them, right?
Mhm.
But you knew asses was being whooped.
Mhm.
So I'm not going, you can't sit here and be like, he was just a perfect angel. I seen none of it.
Right.
Because even Mace alone, like Mace said, we seen that side of Puff. Like, it was just a matter of time before everybody else seen it. That's why I keep saying, Mary J. Blige keeps walking around and nobody ever asked her, like, so. But I think they're afraid to ask Auntie Blige, huh?
Or
And
Kim
Faith.
for that.
And,
matter.
and Kim, yeah, because the ghoulish creature that she's turned into, there has to be something that's going on inside.
That come for Kimberly Denise, okay? We know.
They could stay calling her a ghoul.
Yeah, she looks like a leprechaun to me. And that's not, I'm just saying it because, she was one of the people that, clearly something else internally was going on.
Yes.
Because for her, at her beginning and even at her peak, to look at herself and think that she was not
Cute.
as fine as she was, and that
That
she had to alter her face, there had to be something internal that we didn't see
Right.
going on, because to us she was gorgeous. Like, but so with the Carisha,
Yeah, Carisha.
all right, because I get her and
Or
the
Young
other
Miami,
one, Karushi, and all them all mixed up. They all the same to me. Ice Spice and Lotto, they all the same.
Old uncle, they all the
they
same.
all the same. All them
Ice
ass shaking light skinned people. All them yellow ass shaking girls. You know them.
They.
Only one to stand out is that Megan the horse stallion. That
Yes, Megan the horse. Yes. something old
She the
person
only
would
one that
say.
stand out to me. That Megan the
Megan the
horse.
Mustang.
That old Megan Mustang. I ain't seen nothing like that since '62.
And it's always a damn year specifically.
I ain't seen nothing like that since Lena Horne.
Lena Horne. Nigga, what?
Cut it out. My contact
Anna
right
Ross
there.
and later sing the blues. She be like, shut up, old dude. Tangent. So to her though, I do believe that you may not have specifically eyewitnessed it, but to say that you had no recollection of, or that you did not see it in him or none of that, you heard it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure somebody probably, if they gave a damn about you, gave you a warning.
Yes.
Like, be
Yes.
careful. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, I'm not gonna say you didn't walk the Diddy and just be like,
What's up?
hi, Sean.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you know something. You like, you know, somebody told you something.
Absolutely. And like you said,
Absolutely.
you've seen, even if it hasn't been towards women, you've seen his anger expressed towards other people or other things.
Yeah.
And that's enough to make you say,
Right.
I don't know about this.
Yeah.
You know, so
Because I mean, there was rumors amongst the Hollywood and music biz about his behavior.
Mhm.
So to act like
and
you-
his parties.
yeah, so to act like you didn't know, and for all we know, you might have got the show because that's hush money. We never know. With Diddy right now, you don't know. Here's what we know: he's living his best life, and ain't nobody getting in trouble at this current time. So till then, we just gotta figure this out.
Wait, so how much money did Puff give her?
That's what I'm saying. Like Puff, I think Puff paid her off. You know, what's this one?
Carisha, girl, stop it. You was down for them golden showers. You know what Diddy Love was up to.
Wait a minute,
Yeah,
she was getting pissed off.
Yeah, she talked about she loved golden showers and stuff like that.
She did.
Why didn't y'all start with that?
I said, Carisha, please.
Is she out here getting pissed on?
Yeah.
Well, that's that. Well, then there we go. That's a whole shut the hell up. I am old as hell.
Golden shower.
Yeah. Yeah. And even when our sex, yes, you out here getting pissed on for podcasts. I refuse.
Yes, pissy podcast.
Yeah, you can get you a Rodecaster in your living room and a couple mics. You do not have to get pissed on for a podcast. She was getting pissed.
She said she liked golden showers.
She did.
And then, so then who was pissing on you?
I don't think she actually named.
She never named the
Yeah.
person. She just said she enjoys.
And then people was
showers.
like, Diddy?
Who else would it be?
that part.
Because who else has she been dating?
Public. Well, her the last father of her child, Summer. He's a music producer. So I don't know. She might
She's
have
been
a
getting,
few of them.
she's just out here.
She might be a toilet.
Not one of them, because that's 50,000 in Dubai.
Crazy. Absolutely
You
insane.
want to be a potty princess?
Insane.
Google it.
No.
Speaking of Google, I got one for y'all today.
Oh Lord.
So maybe
still on the Jet
maybe that
post.
should be Jet, the Jet magazine.
What made you think of that?
You gotta have that one little that smile that just cracks like a small dimple in you.
What?
Into this shit.
But now, we need to have a segment, and you should write it in your notes. I don't know because I'll forget it. Called Google It.
Okay.
This is going to be one for the ages. Have you guys ever heard of a Philadelphia sidecar?
No.
Google it. Here's why. And you know what? I'm glad the sex educator is coming on because she talk about there's no limit to people's kinks. I got one right here. You know what a colostomy bag is?
Yes.
Okay, so that's when they cut. For those that don't know, they cut your intestines, and then now you poop inside of a bag. But basically, they make a anus. They make an anus right here. So what a Philadelphia sidecar is
Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me.
is when
what I
the
think you're about to
person
tell me.
takes that off, they clean it, and then a person has intercourse with the site. Philadelphia sidecar.
I wish I didn't know that.
There,
Right.
there y'all go.
Right. How do I unhear everything that I just heard?
You can't.
So, And the thing about it was, it came up as a sick joke from a North Carolinian. Hey, man, you from Pennsylvania, right? I am. Hey, man, have you ever heard of a Philadelphia sidecar? And I'm thinking it's
I'm
like,
from Pittsburgh. No.
I'm thinking like it's a food. I'm like, well, you know, I go into the whole thing like, well, Philly and Pittsburgh got their own different thing. He's like, nah, Google it. Oh, this has nothing to do with Philadelphia at all. What in the hell is this craziness?
That is disgusting.
That is a thing.
You can't be that
Pressed?
kinky, pressed, horny to say, you know what? I want to see what that hole does for me. What?
So then is it like, never mind. I got now kids maybe watching my
That
ass
is disgusting.
talking crazy.
Oh my
but
gosh.
imagine that. So I'm gonna be like,
Wait, what did Kayla say?
Your poop bag. Take that off. What did it say?
Wait, what? Not somebody poking my, what is that?
The stoma. Yes, the stoma. That's what it's called. That is the actual, that's what the site is called, the stoma. So, you know, basically you have that right there.
And is that even pleasurable to the person who literally has the bag?
I don't know.
Literally
We
in
would
your
have to.
Good one, Obi. I'm proud of you in this moment because that was a good one.
Yeah. So now that's crazy work. What does this say?
Look, you're about to traumatize me again. I still haven't gotten over someone showing me two girls in a cup. I refuse to watch that shit. I'm not watching.
Yeah. So go if you want to see some crazy stuff. Well, see, I didn't actually see. I just read, right? So when I Googled it, it turned into like the Urban Dictionary, and it came up what it was. And I said,
like, now, how do you know about this?
Right.
You sound like Chuck. Chuck said, well, how did the person who asked you know? So that was just like this sick thing that just keeps getting passed around. Like there's people out here asking somebody. Who was the first person who was like, take off that colostomy bag. Let's have some fun.
Let's see what your guts feel
Yeah,
like.
let's see what your guts feel like.
Oh my
No, like literally your guts, because that's your intestinal line right there.
Never mind. I was about to say something, but I know I would have offended my good homie. So I'm not even going to say
Not-
it. She probably would have like, bitch, fuck you.
Oh no, I'm probably like, okay, I understand that one, friend.
Like the same motherfuckers who eat chitlins. Because what are we doing? Like, I'm eating intestines and I'm fucking it. Like, what?
Take a bath.
Gross.
So yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt your entertainment news. I just know that if I didn't say that it would have bothered me later. Like, I knew there was something.
Well, do you want to hear about some other craziness?
Sure.
Well, the Fuji tour is canceled. For those of you who are highly anticipating that
man.
bullshit.
First of all, anybody who thought that this tour was gonna make it is sad. Like, who thought this tour was even gonna happen?
That tour is canceled before it even got legs. And now Lauryn Hill is finally speaking out, and she said she feels as though they canceled it because of the sensationalism centered around her tour and how she is notoriously late or doesn't show up for her concerts. So she feel like because the media
said that ain't true and that he about to air her out because he's been covering up for her for years.
God damn.
Dang, we don't got no gunshots.
Because you know Praz need that money.
Yeah.
Praz, the only one that's really eating out of that 3 is Wyclef.
Facts.
The rest of them, that plate ain't really full.
Because they still playing that damn Shakira song.
Yes.
I'm on the night.
Shakira. I like Wyclef. I like the Fugees. I just don't like them enough to purchase a ticket.
No.
I don't know. Besides the one they had the album when they were the Nappy Heads. Then they had the album when they called themselves the Fugees. Then I don't know about any more album collectively.
No.
So then now you would have to go into Praz's one song Ghetto Superstar. And that ain't no good without old DB
and Maya.
And then Wyclef got a lot of songs.
A lot.
And then we're gonna have to hear the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I don't know how many times we can listen to this album.
We gotta hear her screaming about Zion.
Yeah, Zion, old as hell now.
He's taking his own record.
Yeah, Zion is old as hell
Right.
now. That album came out in 1999. 98. I'm sorry, 98. I remember when I first put it in the CD player I took from my mom. I went to go buy it after school, and on my way back to get ready to go to football practice, I was listening to it like this. Everybody was like, yo, this is dope. Like rap, R&B, features, everything dope.
And
That was
people still on that.
98,
Yes,
yo.
Yes, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it
So
go.
I don't, do I feel sorry for them? No. Like, I could care less.
No, that is not one tour that I'm like, yes, can't wait.
Right.
No.
No.
When I read that it got canceled, I was like, okay, so what else is going on?
Shit happens. Beautiful, beautiful Zion.
But some other craziness is 45 out here blatantly lying. I don't know mentally what's wrong with this man. Like sometimes I feel like he's trolling, and other times I feel like maybe you just really are stupid. So Trump is getting dragged on social media yet again for his comments about January 6th. He said that his crowd was so much larger and so much bigger than Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. Stuff like that is when you just sit and say, what the fuck? You had enough confidence to say, I'm going to publicly say this, and I feel as though I'm right. As if people can't pull up photos like this and compare it to the day when Martin Luther King presented his I Have a Dream speech.
Wait a minute. That's the day he's talking about?
Yes, January 6th, the insurrection.
Okay, let's blow this up. Does he realize that Martin Luther King was back here?
Where?
Back here. Like, see, like all y'all can't see the arrow, but like where Trump's head is at, see where that little bridge is at? That's where they was at.
And all the way down.
You see how far that is? Like all the way in the back. They were in what? They were at the like, what is he talking? This whole little moat goes so far down, and people were around that. What is he talking about?
Does anyone know?
And people will be like, and he was right.
And he was right.
I can't stand.
Yes.
I can't wait for this stuff to be over.
I
It's
don't
annoying.
wish death on anyone, but I do wish that he would just shut up.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do.
You know what I'm
Just go
saying?
ahead and just run your race from here on out. But you just continuously say stupid shit. Then you have people of color who are like, I'm still voting for him. After he says something like that, for real, yo?
Well, the people who are voting for him who are of color don't have common sense.
No.
And that's all you can say about him. Like, once again, you can feel how you want to feel about Kamala Harris. You can. But the problem is we just can't have a nut in office who's going to put things into place that are going to harm those that are in middle and lower class.
Mm-hmm.
That is his objective. He don't care about nothing but money. He don't even care about his own people. He cares about money. So people think, oh, he's going to get us some bread. That's not going to happen. We need to stop that. And we really need to take in consideration what a vote for him can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what a vote for him can do, besides saying dumb stuff like he's going to help the economy, well, it just, is that the type of person that you would want to vote for? Okay, don't know his policy, right? But is this the type of person? Let's think about the things that he has said and done to those. He has insulted people who have disabilities. He has insulted brown, black. He has insulted those who have low incomes or those that depend on welfare for certain services. He has even insulted our veterans and then those who have served who are public officials. This
And women.
This man has done this. He has said horrible things about people over and over and over again. And you're like, that's the type of president I like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Once again, and I'm like my homeboy, it could be a dead roach that is running against him. And I'm like, you know what? I'm
gonna go with the roach.
I'm gonna go with the
Go
roach.
with the roach.
I'm gonna try it out and see if there's any policies this roach can set up.
And I also want the same, energy that y'all have for Kamala as vice president. I also want to see that same energy for her running mate when they get in office, because I'm going to be optimistic here. But when they get in office, I want to see that same energy, because y'all tore Kamala through the mud for being a fucking vice president. How much power do I really have as a vice president? So when old Tim gets in office, those same people was hooting and hollering. Let's keep that same energy, please. Thank you, sweetums.
Keep it cute.
I just need y'all to keep the Head Start program going. I just got on that, man. I don't care who's in office. Can we just not touch Head Start? Can we get a little bit? Because daycare is crazy.
Speaking of crazy and kids, Nick Cannon.
Oh, Lord. Do we have a picture of him? We don't have a
Well, we
picture
have
of
a
Nick.
video of him, and we don't really have to play it if we don't want to. But Nick Cannon was recently on
Where's the
a
video?
podcast, and they were asking him about Mariah Carey, because they have their two.
Is this the video?
Morocco.
Yeah.
and-
I think so.
No,
that's
that's
not it.
the Johnsons.
I don't know what I did with the video.
Okay.
But anyway, they have their kids, Morocco, and Monroe,
Mhm.
who are teenagers now, and they were asking him about his relationship with Mariah, and he's like, I still love her till this day. Like, she's a phenomenal person. He's always said nothing but glowing things about
Right.
her. And then they said, would you get back with her? And he was like, immediately, like, I would definitely get back with her. And then they said, but would she want to do that? He was like, nah, she don't want me, which made me made me want to ask the question, would you guys get back with an ex, especially if they were a good person?
Yeah, I would.
You would? You would spend a block?
Yeah, I'll spend a block. Again.
I said if they were a good person. Not the Ike Turner look.
You fucked up a fine automobile.
The answer to that question for me is an emphatic no. No. Now see the anime, you done fucked up a fine automobile. No, I would not.
Even if they were a good person?
No. Because there's a reason why we're not together. And I adopted that from our mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can work out whatever the problem is while we're in the situation. But
Mhm.
once we've decided to separate, why am I going back?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're a good person, I wish you the best. Now, if it was my fault, then maybe we can think about some things.
And I think that's where he's at, where it's like, I fucked up. So, girl, do you mind?
Now, if it was your fault, no. My fault, well, I mean, mistakes were made. Maybe
People
we
grow
should,
up.
yeah, people grow up. I'm in therapy now. Let's talk about it. If it's your fault, no,
What if she went to therapy?
I don't trust you.
Nigga.
But if it was my fault, I mean, benefit of the doubt. Get all indignant.
Right.
These are things. Benefit of the doubt. No, but I don't think once you decide, especially if it was not an emotional breakup, meaning like you decided and you were in your clear head that this ain't it. And then also time plays a part.
Yes.
How long are we talking about? How long is this separation or whatever? How long has Mariah and them been separated?
It's been a while, because the kids are teenagers now.
So then that's no. Why am I going? No.
Mhm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
now if it was fresh, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been divorced for 10 years. I don't give a damn how nice she was. 10 years? Why am I going back that way?
Mm-hmm.
10 years? Nah, I'm cool.
I feel the same way. I don't think I would either. Especially like you said, if it was my call, like, no, I'm good. Because I don't even see you the same way anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
I believe in second chances, baby.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh,
Until you really fuck me over and then it's fuck you.
we know. That we do know.
Oh, the stories we've heard. Say,
Yeah.
no, just joking. Who is this?
Nah, I ain't spending no block. It's a reason we not together. Yeah, Yeah. Understandable.
Now, if the money is right,
You know what?
because y'all know me and the money, you know,
We can work some things out.
I mean, everything can be negotiated. What are we talking about here? How bad were my feelings hurt? Were they financially damaged? If not, then let's talk about some things. It's all about the money. We're getting to an age where things are about the money now. If 45 get in, we all need to just live together in perfect harmony.
Yeah.
In the same house.
Yeah. Yeah, and figure it out.
And figure this out. Because this is, it's not going to be good. I think it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, it will be.
But yeah. So
speaking of pretty bad,
we asked Nick though if he would go back to Mariah.
Oh yeah, he said yeah in a heartbeat.
But I could see why for him. You're Nick Cannon.
She's Mariah
You're
Carey.
everybody's cornball.
You don't feel like he's escaped the cornball image?
No.
Nick Cannon is everybody's corny friend who made it. It's not a diss. It's straight up. Like everybody know that one cornball where you like, I didn't even think you was gonna turn out like that, bruh. But I see you. He's him. Because he's not the dopest even on his own show.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Love Don't Cost a Thing wasn't hitting like that.
It was not.
He got one jam with R. Kelly. That's it. And Kels wrote it, so you didn't write the jam.
He did.
I just think you got good business sense.
Very good business sense. Yes.
And so for that, but then she's Mariah Carey.
Mm-hmm.
She's the Mount Rushmore of divas. Why wouldn't he go back? Now ask Mariah.
He said no. He said that quick. He was like, no, she don't want me.
Because it shouldn't have happened anyway.
No, it shouldn't have.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think she knew that.
That's one of the things like Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon.
Well, he's been asking about her since she was a teenager. Well, since he was a teenager. So
yeah.
She said, I'll give this little nigga a try.
Jesus.
Because that was like what his childhood crush. And I think it was infatuation. Like, you know.
Mariah was all of our childhood crushes with her old ass. Like, that's the other part. Like, Mariah, sit down. Like, how old is this chick now? Mariah's old.
She got to be in her, what, 50s?
Let's see. How old is Mariah Carey? Because that's crazy. She's all of our damn, just like at a time when everybody was pissed when we seen Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. We were like,
yeah,
this ugly nigga. We all had a shot. Everybody. Because if it wasn't for my prerogative, nobody would want Bobby Brown. Y'all seen the pictures when he was young. Nobody wanted Bobby. He had to dance and sing. He had to. He had to. And then that's what caused everybody to be like, well. But if he was just Bobby that was playing basketball in New York or wherever he's from and never made it, everybody been like, that's badass. He looked like one of them badass boys in high school. Bobby, sit your ass down. He'd be like, no.
You know them kids that just dance for no fucking reason.
Yeah. That's why to start back for me.
No. Sit the fuck down. And always bothering somebody in class.
Yeah, I could definitely see him doing that.
Mariah's 55 years old.
Yeah, I figured she was in her 50s.
Nick Cannon's old ass. I mean, young
I think
ass.
he's near me, right? 37, 38?
No, he's my age.
Oh, is he?
He's 43.
Okay. I don't know why I thought
Actually, he's older. He's going to be 44 in October. So, yeah, that's crazy.
Speaking of badass kids, let's go ahead and talk about Brendan.
So Brendan Deppa is a student out of, what city is he out of? Brendan Deppa.
Hold on, you go ahead.
Is an autistic student that attacked his teacher in
Florida.
All right. He attacked his assistant teacher because she took his Nintendo Switch off of him. All right. But when I say attacked, all right, just so we get an idea, because when you say attacked, it's like, well, did he really? Because you know how black people get. As soon as we see a black person in cuffs, did he? How bad was it? Okay, she had 5 cracked ribs, slight hearing loss in her left ear. In that same side, because that's the side she got slammed on, she has slight vision loss. And and she has a full concussion. And he slammed her, and then he kicked her in the back of her head once she was on the ground. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times. All right. Now, for those who don't understand autism, there's a huge spectrum of autism. There are things that you can do or things that your brain does where you can be a highly functional autistic person, similar to like Rain Man, the movie Rain Man. He was extremely smart, but lacked common social skills, right? I have coached kids like that where they're extremely smart, but you can see how they process information. You can tell that they fidget. They have like, so matter of fact, there was a kid I would coach, and every time I would give him something he had to think about, he would do his fingers like this. He would have to, they call it stemming. He would have to stem himself to understand and get it. Because then if he just stared at you like this, he didn't get it. You'd be like, hey. He'd be like, oh, all right.
Keep it up. Keep it up. My guy.
The
Come
worst.
on.
Don't say, hey, nigga, fingers. Let's go.
Then I had a kid who you could not yell at him. If you yelled at him, he would have a breakdown. And I'm not talking about just your normal, man, coach is mad at me. I'm talking about nose running, eyes puffy, because he couldn't fathom what you were saying.
But was that trauma or was that actually?
No, he was diagnosed.
Okay,
like
gotcha.
he had some things because
yeah, I know.
when he started playing, there was a whole conversation about what we could and could not do towards him. And sometimes you forget, and you be like, "Yo," I won't say his name. Hey man, get your ass going, man. He turn around. He's like, "Oh, here we go," because then now it takes him some time to get out of it. You get what I'm saying? So then there's a huge spectrum. Then you got people that I dealt with that are nonverbal and they understand you, can't respond back to you. You have people who have sensory deprivation where they're going to eat and can't stop eating no matter how many times you tell them to stop eating. So being on the spectrum is such a vast scale. But this gentleman has had 3 assault cases prior to this one with this teacher. So he has assaulted people 3 different times. Now, as I'm reading, I start reading and I get the understanding of why he's been sentenced. Here he is right here too, by the way. I'm sorry. Why he's been sentenced to 5 years in jail. Because of course, you know how Black people are. We don't like to talk about things like, well, maybe mom's not able to handle this because we think belts handle everything and just shut up, or that's my baby and he didn't mean it. Now this boy he's 6'6", 270 pounds. All right. And so we want to also take that in consideration. Then we also going to take in consideration that 9 times out of 10, the woman from the blurred vision, she looked to be like a white woman, but she did not look to be very big at all. I'm talking about pretty frail. The story was, this is also how bad the schools are. She was a cafeteria worker that they asked to become a TA because when you have X amount of students who are autistic, you have to have a certain amount of ratio or the school is in violation. So for the school to not be in violation, they pulled her from the cafeteria and made her a TA. So this woman has not even been officially trained on how to specifically deal with, Brendan.
So question, before you continue, when stuff like that happens, even though I understand you have to have a ratio and this woman doesn't have any sort of, certs or anything, can't they still get in trouble?
No, because she's listed as a TA and not a teacher.
Okay.
So the certifications and all that stuff come when you become a teacher in the classroom setting. Now, there are trainings that you need to have, but it's like restraining and things like that. So if you had to restrain somebody, you got to learn how to do that, and you better be signed off before you touch somebody's kid.
Gotcha.
But this is not this case. All right. So I was trying to do all the things in my little bit of journalistic abilities between the time I seen the story and when we went here to try to give this brother the benefit of the doubt. And it's hard because the other people that he assaulted was just fights. So it wasn't like he has a trigger where every time somebody takes something from him, he immediately goes into this. Nah, he's actually aware and he's 6'6", 270 pounds. So he gets down when he doesn't get his way. So I had a problem with so I looked at the 5 years. The judge assigned him 5 years, but gave him a program that he must be a part of inside this 5 years of prison. And then also gave him 15 years of probation behind the 5 years, which I think is a bit excessive.
Right.
But if, that people are saying in comment sections and professionals, well, what if he was white? Well, I would go with that if this was his first time. The fact that he is now on assault 4 lets me know that he has been given the opportunity and the benefit of the doubt, not once, but 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I would also go with that if I seen or heard mom say in any of her arguments, the programs that she put him in. She's only now saying that she has letters of facilities that will take him. That should have been done prior to him going
Assault
to a school.
one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So now here you are, and he is 18 years old. Here you are now coming up with, these are the places that will take him. He should have already been there.
Right.
And so what we can't do is ignore the fact that your son is 6'6", 270, and he may have a hairline trigger. And so this may save, in the long run, it may save him, because everybody, especially if he encounters police, everybody ain't gonna play with him.
No.
He'll get shot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, me dealing with an autistic client at a time who was 6'8" and about 250, 260, I always feared if we ever got pulled over when I was transporting him, what would happen, because he did not have the capabilities to always take instructions and commands as they were given. It took him, he processed with a serious delay. And so what the judge set up for him is basically a 5-year program to get the mental assistance that he has not been receiving.
Okay. Which is fair.
But it's in jail.
It's late though.
Yeah, it's in jail.
It's like a little too late, because that should have been done right there at assault 1 for him.
Yeah.
And it sucks, because now that's going to follow him. Hopefully he'll be able to correct it. I mean, it seems like he's comfortable with that mannerism. So how easy would it be to correct that for him?
And then where are they going to place him when he's in there?
Right.
Because see, what'll happen is, if prison's not a nice place,
Right.
he has 5 years. And then, sometimes it may be worked out that if he is successful with completing this program in a year and a half, they might let him out. Hopefully something like that. But in the meantime, in between time, where will he be placed? Because he is not capable of being with general population if he has a hairline trigger. Now, his ass is going to jail because of a Nintendo Switch.
Crazy.
Right. And what I know is, and I'm not saying, because I'm an educator and I know now that people at my job watch the podcast, I have to be careful of what I say, but I will also stand on this. Parents, take your children to get diagnosed if you feel that there is an issue, but never, ever, ever feel like you shouldn't get a second opinion, because there are times when people misdiagnose children. No different than a doctor misdiagnosing and saying, "Oh, you're only going to live for the next however many years," and somebody, "Man, I've been living for the past 10 years after the doctor told me I had 2." So, from what I know, go see somebody. Don't just accept the first diagnosis that someone gives you. Allow your child to go through the process maybe once or twice, so that you can assure yourself that you get 2 different opinions. Because what happens is, at times, and I'm sure from this situation, from reading about it and then my experience of working with those with mental disabilities, they have allowed his mental disability to be a crutch to do whatever he wants to do.
Right.
Because he's 6'6", 270 pounds. So meaning, you understand that we're in class and we're not supposed to have our video game out. But who has ever challenged the fact that we're in class and you're not supposed to have that video game out?
Exactly.
So then it falls back on, oh, well, he's autistic. He understands. There's so many students that I come across that the moment you try to correct them, I got ADHD. And now that's a crutch, because they are diagnosed with ADHD. And now because they are diagnosed with ADHD, There are certain behaviors that you have to act like you should ignore when you see that this kid can clearly do whatever it is that you asked them to do. But because I have been diagnosed with something, it now becomes a crutch for bad behavior.
Right.
Let's not do that. That is happening more times than not. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm shivering in my boots because I know I got to experience it starting when school goes back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, put your phone right here. I can't put my phone here. Why? Because I got to talk to my mom because I got ADHD. And if I don't talk to, and then now all these things that you're like, you're 14 years old. What adult has told you about all this?
Right.
Because you list things because you hear it coming from an adult voice. So let's be careful about how we diagnose students with autism and teach them how to overcome their limitations that they have. Because I'm telling you this now, we're all on the spectrum. We are all on it. I cannot multitask to save my life.
Drives me crazy.
See, that's my issue. I multitask all the time.
Yeah, I do too.
And see, that's overstimulation is also that, because Kim can't not multitask. So it's like, don't do that. Well, I did it already, but nobody asked you to, but because you moved too slow, but nobody said we were on a time limit, but then why would we just let it last? Yo, you got like, what's wrong with you, yo? Like, so people call it a superpower. No, it's autistic behavior. Like this, it's not normal, what is deemed as normal behavior. And we all have our things. Have you ever gone to the you locked your door, you get to the car and be like, did I lock my door? Mm-hmm. Then you go back and check the door and then come back, but you already knew that you locked it, but in your mind,
you're just still checking.
You still got to go check.
Mm-hmm. What is it when, like you said, what is that? I guess sensory, when certain touch things that you touch or feel bring you like relief?
So that's not sensory deprivation, but I know what you're talking about because my youngest has it with the damn blankets that she walks around with all the time. She walks around with 5 blankets.
All 5 at the same time?
She starts with 1, then she feels that one. Then it's like, okay. And then she comes back with 3 more. And then she puts them all over. And each one, this one rub, this one I gnaw on, this one I wrap up in. Those are all, and everybody's like, yeah, everybody does that. Oh, no, you got a damn problem. Put those damn blankets away.
That's how I am with tags. Like, I love tags. I don't know what it is, but I'll just sit there and keep playing with them. I don't know why.
That's cool.
Especially on like a pillow or something, I will literally sit there until I fall asleep and just keep playing with it.
The tag.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know when I developed that shit.
But it's all, so we're all on the spectrum at some place. But what we need to do with our children is to teach them how to overcome and how to operate with it, not as a crutch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When the moment that you teach them that it's a crutch, they're going to use it at any given cost because they know now people will make excuses for your autism of wherever you're at on this huge spectrum. When I tell y'all, I cannot express this enough, that the spectrum for autism is so vast. So, in this situation where this young man beat this TA up, I would have had a different level of sympathy if this was the first time and it was labeled that, somewhere in his IEP, which is individual educational plan, don't take things from him, because that could be a trigger. But if that wasn't written in his plan and people hadn't sat down and said, okay, well, he has this issue, like you can't remove it, or this is the way we need to remove it. Because believe me, you go through these plans, and when you're inside a school where you have to sit with the teachers, sit with the counselors, okay, let's come up with this plan of how we need to execute and make sure that your child can produce in the classroom setting. If that's not written down anywhere, then no, the TA is not wrong for saying, hey, it's time to give this up. I need your electronic device. But then there are some students, and I have them, where you can't take it because the piece of their autism is the connection to the phone, because if you separate them from that phone, they feel like you have separated them from their contact to their parent. So then now you just have to come up with provisions of saying, okay, you can have the phone from this time to this time on, but from this time to this time, it has to be off. This happens in the classroom. Now, imagine sitting in the classroom with about 5 or 6 kids that got plans like this. Like, this happens for me. So if they didn't mention that for this brother, and he also has 3 other assaults, yeah, you just being a big bully. And
Right.
and you I don't think he needs to do 5 years in jail. I will say that. But I do believe he needs to be in a strict program to assist him if he does have that anger switch. He needs something to learn coping skills, and he might need to be away from mom while he learns it.
Right. Yeah.
So, but you know, I'm sure the judge looked at a total of 3 assaults. This 4th one, the damage he did to the TA, and said, "Nah, I can't let that slide."
Yeah. Because, like you said, this isn't new. But then my question is, for someone like him who is 6'6" and 270 pounds, how do you restrain him?
So you better do a lot of talking, because it's not restraining. You're not going to restrain him, especially when he gets upset, without probably hurting him or yourself. But that's when you usually find like a man to whom can build that relationship, so that even if the person's not there, you'll say, let me go get Mr. Ken, or let me go get Mr. Fred, and they can talk you down, or, you know, get you at least in a safe space where if you want to wild out, at least there's an area where you can wild out. So like, for example, something like that happened in my school, we would take them into like the wrestling room, because they got the soft wrestling mats, and then just wild out, like do what you need to do to collect yourself, but like not in the classroom area where somebody else could get hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you would have to, but that would be a part of the plan. So say you were a mom and say, well, what are you guys going to do at the school for this? It's our job to figure out how we can come up with a plan of how we would remove him if triggered.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I'm sitting here wondering, like, okay, he's already assaulting her. She's on the ground, and like, who can actually stop him? So then she's not getting hurt to, you know. So
yeah, I'd be like, yo. 6'6", 270. If you watch the video, he tossed her like a doll and then stomped her. Nah, I'd be like, well, why you take the switch? And that's the other thing. Pick your battles. Because if I say, let me get that switch, but don't touch it, you got it.
That part.
This is your education. People get mad at me because that's what I'm not fighting any child about their electronic device. Hey, man, you can't have your phone on in here. Why not? Because you can't, man. It's one of my rules. It's written on the wall. Man, I need my phone. Hey, man, look, let's not do this today. I'm not giving you my phone. Say less. Because at a certain point in time, you're inviting the conflict, right? This is your education. If you don't want it, all I can do now at this point is take it to the next level, to an administrator, or to, you know, whomever that person may have, like a counselor or something that they can talk to. For her to go that extra route, but she's not trained.
Right.
So then she's saying, well, if the rule is this, then I'm just going to follow the rule. But if you got common sense, I'm like, man, you can go ahead. Only thing I would have told him, turn the volume down.
Right. Yeah.
And then I would have wrote an email to his mother about how many times I prompted this person to not do this, and then say that's what he did in class today. But I'm not going to
take it.
Safety first. Like I told you in the car, my running comment to the kids is, I'm going to go home the same way I came to work. So I ain't no bumps, bruises, knots, black eyes, busted lips. Nothing. Not from no kids. That ain't happening.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it. No,
because I don't want Corneth Holder High School, Coach Kim Blocker, get off me. I told that nigga don't touch me. I told him don't touch me. Now I'm not on TDS because I'm in jail.
Now you got to deal with Key and me.
Yeah, now I don't got no job. And no insurance. How am I?
Oh no.
I have medicines.
No.
That must be bought. Must. No. Now I'm out here. Now I'm here without my insulin because you don't want to put your phone away. Does that make sense?
It don't make sense.
Do you know how much insulin is without insurance?
Very expensive.
Okay.
Very expensive.
$500 for just one joint.
Yes.
500.
Yes.
And I ain't got no job, so I have no hundreds. So how am I supposed to buy any of this? All because you don't want to put your phone away? Talk your head off. I don't give a damn.
Right. And that's how, like you said, choose your battles. I'm like, dude, put the switch away. I'm not going to do that.
All right. You got it.
You got it. I just need you to turn it down so you don't interrupt anybody else in the classroom. And then now once he do that, email goes out,
Mhm.
send the email to the principal, let them come in. Because my job is to protect the room.
Mhm.
So if he's acting a fool, let them come in, because then now they'll come in with the police and all that stuff, and they'll escort him up out. They'll get him out of there.
Mhm.
Now, you won't get out one way or another, but that's not for me to do.
Right.
Right.
That's for somebody else to do.
Facts.
Yeah. So hopefully her ribs heal, and now she'll know next time. But it's watch who you're dealing with when you're dealing with these kids in these schools, especially somebody 6'6", 270 pounds.
Yeah.
That's on you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My ribs don't hurt right now. My back does though, but it's doing better. I ain't got my Ebony Man of the Month pose.
What is that so fucking funny?
Because you've seen it before. Back when they used to make you pose instead of having like the nice picture of you in the magazine, and it's Ken. Tilt your head to the left, Ken.
Nigga's insane. He's suffering over here, y'all.
Woo. All right. What's next?
Let's switch gears.
All right. I didn't even mean to leave his picture on there. It's like
Yeah,
that.
you
Looking
know,
crazy.
yeah.
Because he ain't. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. He ain't. That picture lets you see he got some remorse to him. He probably didn't mean to go that
Nah,
far
he
or that
didn't.
hard, but
Mm-mm.
you know, my man, don't touch my switch. Now
Won't
you
be
gonna,
seeing that for a
now
while.
you gonna be in there switching. Somebody gonna get your 6'6" ass.
After what he did, I'd be like, I'm good.
Somebody gonna test him.
Mm-mm. Well, I guess we'll switch gears.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into our sex unbanned segment, because I would like to know if she knows what you told us earlier.
About Philadelphia sad cars?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
let's
talk about it.
do
So
it.
Go ahead and do the intro.
What is that it?
Up one.
Okay.
There we go. All right, and we are.
Did it cut off?
I thought we had more time.
I did too. I'm like,
We sitting there like,
I could have sworn that was at least a minute.
The
Damn.
worst. The absolute worst. I'm looking like Kim on the phone. She's like this. Oh, like,
my bad. It's a sex unbanned with Tyler McGee, Chappelle. Hey y'all. Oh, oh, pumpkin snoodle snookum butt. Do we have a question for you?
oh Lord, I'm scared. I heard Kenny involved. I'm like, I had
Might
to
gotta
prepare
be
myself
this
because you know with him. All right, look.
Okay. So we've said on this show many a times before that there's no such thing as kink shaming.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Well, I need to ask you about a kink that is called a Philadelphia sidecar. Are you familiar with that?
I am not, but I'm intrigued. Do tell. What is said kink? Look, I have to sit out my professional way now. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to. Okay. Well, let's go ahead with it then. This is where we take the stoma of a colostomy bag and have intercourse with the piece that is on the side of a human being, where they take the intestines and then they basically turn you into an anus on the side. Somebody has decided to call this a Philadelphia sidecar.
That's embarrassing.
For Philadelphia. And
Yeah.
they remove the colostomy bag, clean the site, and have intercourse with the stoma on the side of the body.
Okay, you asking my thoughts on it?
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, again, I don't feel like there's any shame as long as it's not a child and it's a consenting adult who allowing them to fuck their intestines. I mean, hey, that's their business. Again, people are interesting and human beings are extremely interesting. Like when I tell you
hearing stuff like that, I'm just like, And although it's probably like, oh my God, I would be, but really and truly, like the things I hear people tell me, the questions that I get sometimes, like I save y'all a lot from some of the questions I receive. I save y'all virginity. I really do. I do. So when I hear that, although I personally would not partake in said sexual activity,
Right.
however, for those, and you know what I think about too, there's also a medical kink. So when I hear stuff like that, I feel like that kind of aligns with that space too. So it's not too, although it's far fetched for the I'll say the average person. It might be a bit far fetched. Well, for somebody, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I just fucked somebody in Texas yesterday.
You stupid.
I'm just saying, like, people have some interesting kinks. And I'm not from Philadelphia. However, I am intrigued to know why Philadelphia has anything to do with intestines. Is it because it's shit? Do they consider Philadelphia shitty? Like, I don't know.
Don't know. Somebody asked me.
I'm a Southern girl, so I don't know. I mean, you Northerners chime in because I don't know. I'm curious. Like
somebody asked me, they tried to make it funny. Like, you from Pennsylvania? Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. But what you know about a Philadelphia sidecar? So I'm thinking, like, well, first of all, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh ain't close at all. It's 6 hours, a 6-hour drive in between the two. And then it's very different cultures. So, and yes, we do consider Philadelphia a little dirty.
Oh, hey, he that came to the South and said he's too good for this shit.
Philly. We do. Like, Pittsburgh people be like, Philly.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Again, like I said, I just had questions as to why it's called the Philadelphia sidecar. I would really love to know why. Like, what's going on with the side? What do y'all wait? Again, I have never been to Philadelphia, so I'm asking, like, do they have like streetcars and like trolleys and like, like,
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do more research of why they chose that name.
Now I'm gonna be into it because I'm like, what dang?
When you Google it, it comes right up. Philadelphia sidecar comes right up, and yeah,
I'm gonna have to ask my friend if they're aware of it and if there's any origin to the name, because that is crazy. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, like I said, I am very intrigued as to know why they named it that, and why wouldn't be named something else like side rub something. I don't know, something rub. I don't know.
Yeah.
Side word pony.
The other anus. I'm not even on the other anus. Yay! That's better.
Now, I have a question that I got for you as well. This one came through DM. It says, my boyfriend has admitted that he has erectile dysfunction, but whenever he watches porn, he is able to have an erection and masturbate. But when faced with a real woman, he cannot get erect despite the fact that he wants her. Can this be solved?
I feel like it can be solved, but it seemed like to me it's more of a mental thing because he's able to achieve erection on his own, meaning through self-pleasure, but not with his person. So that sounds like it could be some anxiety related to that, especially if he deals with ED. Knowing for a fact, one, I have to be erect, I got to stay erect. She has to be pleased. I need to make sure she's pleased before I'm pleased. Like, I need to make sure I keep going, and all these different things that could be going on in his mind. So it seems like there's going to have to be some work around that. Now, suggestions as to what she can do. One, always go talk to someone in mental health, whether it be a counselor, be a therapist, whatever that takes, right? But also, too, some things that they can do if she is patient. She would have to be in space where it's kind of back and forth. Like maybe she's watching porn with him, but she's stimulating him. So it's not him stimulating himself. He's getting the stimulation from the porn, but having her, and then going from that to maybe giving him oral sex while watching the porn, like stuff like that, where she's incorporating herself in the situation, or they're incorporating her. I'm sorry, both him and her are incorporating her in the situation, so where it's not just him on his own, as we're doing this together. But it's gonna take time. And then maybe eventually, she'll be able to take, and he'll be able to enter her vaginally, at some point as they're going back and forth and figuring out and going slow. But it's going to take some time to get there. But from what I'm understanding, well, from what it sounds like to me, it definitely sounds like it's more of a mental thing. Like I said, could be anxiety, could be depression. Like so much goes into ED outside of physical, outside the physical, especially if he's a healthy gentleman. Then it's like, okay, what are those things? Because people don't even know, like, a lot of individuals in their 20s, males are penis holders. They deal with ED for so many different reasons, and a lot of it's dealing with mental health.
Well, sis, hopefully that helps you out. Like you said, number one, are you patient enough to try to, I guess, figure it out and work with them?
Yeah, that's the truth. Like seriously,
Get freaky with what's on that screen, because he might be watching some crazy shit that just get him where he want to be, and you are in there talking about, oh, ew, ooh, don't touch this. Meanwhile, he watches some stuff that's like, ooh, and you and
you know what? I'm gonna need you to stick to your profession, because what the fuck?
Just giving the male perspective.
Ma'am, don't listen to
That's why I go sit over there, because the male perspective, he watches something on that toilet when he in the bathroom by himself.
Ew.
For 45 minutes to an hour. He watches something that's getting him.
What?
Because he done snuck off in the bathroom and did what he did. And watched.
I don't want to hear about this. Okay?
And he watches something that's getting him right, and then you just might just be, just a little tame.
And that's what I was saying. Is it an attraction thing where it's like maybe he's just not attracted to her?
No, because if he came to telling her I have ED, then clearly that issue was there prior to her. She can only go by what he say. So if he come and be like telling you, look, I have ED, erectile dysfunction, right? Clearly it's not something that's dealing with attraction, because hey, you came over here, clearly you engage in all those things. And maybe you just like her, that's the case, right? If that is the case. But if you come to me telling me this is the issue you already had, so you came with this problem, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hello and good evening. Okay. Well, sis, there you go. Figure it out.
Like I say, if you patient now, because it's going to require patience to do something like that, because it's going to be many a times where she may not be pleased. Seriously. Or she may have to buzz, which we're going to talk about a whole variety of toys. You kind of see my Wanda live it. Meow.
I was wondering, I was like, is that a microphone?
But I'm speaking to the mic because we're talking.
I was wondering what the hell that was in the corner. I'm like, maybe it's a microphone.
It's not really. You know, if it's a microphone, now if y'all know me, I'd have been loud. Hello. Hello. You know my extraordinary ass, because I can't say extra more. I'm extraordinary.
Yeah. So we're talking about what you said, toys?
Yeah, so variety of toys. I will say the past 2 weeks, I have gotten a lot of questions about toys. Specifically, everybody keeps talking about this rose, and I just don't understand why it's still as popular as it is. I really just don't. When there are so many other toys that are better than it. And I'm not hating on the rose. Let me just say that out loud. I am not. However, I feel like people sometimes can be a little close-minded when it comes to sex toys. Really. So I wanted to bring a whole variety of things. The one thing I don't have is an anal toy. I can't find my sparkly booty plug. She's so beautiful. I don't know what I did with it. I lost my booty plug.
Girl, it was in the bag of all your stuff.
Mm-hmm. But we gonna find her, because y'all, she's gorgeous. She really is. Kim, anyway, you met her. She's beautiful. Anyway, so we'll find out. But however, I'll still talk about anal stimulation and things as well, because that's something else I got a lot of questions. Funny, we talk about, the question you had was about anal-ish sex. But anyway, yeah, so talking about that as well. But so yes, conversation day is all about toys. I don't have any questions, because like I said, all the bulk of the questions I had were about toys.
Okay.
So I want to do is bring a different variety of different brands, one, and like I said, different toys. And one thing the one question I kept getting, it was like I got multiple pictures of toys, and it kept calling it a dildo. Oh my goodness. Just because it goes internally does not make it a dildo, my loves. It is not. I'm going to tell you what a dildo is. A dildo is going to be a realistic penis, right? This is a dildo.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dildo. This right here is a dildo. And it can be used for vaginal stimulation, can be used for anal stimulation, and for those who just enjoy licking and sucking, you can do that on this too. It's yours, do whatever you want, right? Now, differences. This is a dual vibrator. And the reason why I didn't get the typical one that has like the bunny ears or something like that, because like I said, I think people need to think outside the box and realize when I tell you the toy industry is vast, it is vast. So if you're going to take and explore your body, explore your body with all. So, like I said, this is a dual vibrator. And what makes it a dual vibrator is because it has multiple stimulation. So you have penetration here and clitoral stimulation here. One of the reasons why I chose this particular toy, by the way, this is the We Vibe Nova. I chose this toy because instead of it just being like the ears that sit like this over the clitoris, this one here is meant to be entered like so. So when you see, there we go, you'll have consistent contact with your clitoris. So as you are penetrating, no matter what you're doing, rocking and rolling, you will always have contact with your clitoris. Now, you walking around with the bunny ears that flicker. Don't get me wrong, because Old Faithful, she do her thing. That's her thing.
Guess Old Faithful.
She got a little sister. Plenty others, by the way, as well. So just like this one here. Also, another dual vibrator. This one is a vibrator by Womanizer, right? So many of the toys, again, I keep hearing people say suction toys. They are not suction toys. I'm going to actually show you a toy that's a suction toy. I think it might be dead because I was ragged and didn't charge it. Hold that thought. No, we might got some life to it. Is she? Mm-mm. Oh, no, she worked. Yay! Anyway, so like I was saying, so this is not a suction toy. This is air pulsating. So when you feel that, it's almost like they're blowing. So this is what these toys do. The same thing with the rolls. It is not a suction toy. You guys should stop calling that. It's an air pulsating toy, right? So like I said, with the Womanizer, this one here actually gives you that. And again, same thing where you have consistent contact with the clitoris. So instead of it being that vibration, because some women are their clitoris is very sensitive, right? So instead of having that vibration, you have the air pulsating, which will still stimulate you, but it won't overstimulate you. And that's what I love about the air pulsating toys. So like I said, these two here are dual vibrators. Does the same thing as the one with the ears, but it just does a little differently. And also you can take and play around with it differently too. Like with this one too, you can take and have anal stimulation, but have this part vibrating on your perineum. And for those who don't know what the perineum is, it's that little skin right between your vagina and your anus. What they call it, the taint. Actual verbiage for that is called the perineum. So again, you can have this anal and then have this vibrator on your perineum. So you'll still get that stimulation. Even try something. This could be, introduction to an anal plug, right? Because it's small enough, it's not big at all. But also that you can play around with the length. You don't have to insert the entire thing, of course, but definitely something to play around with. It can be really fun with partners. This one here, I love this one because it has the app. So many toys have the Bluetooth app. It's app, so you can be anywhere in the world and control your toy, right? So with this one here, if you're alone, this relationship, or just maybe your person's traveling or something like that, you want to keep the connection, you can do that. Have your person control the vibration that you're feeling through voice, through music, creating vibrations, all the different things, like a whole pleasure playground with certain toys, and this is being one of those toys with an app. So like I said, definitely something fun that could be played around with anal play, because you can even still use this part, just vibrate again on the anus preparation, all those things too. So just kind of playing around with it. Also make this fun too for those who play with those with penises. Yeah, I'm saying that right here. Take and put your person's penis right between it, and you can take and play around, let it vibrate on them, and do all sorts types of things. So like I said, all those toys, people see the same ones. There are so many different ones, and then use your imagination to create the pleasure that you are seeking, right? Pleasure should be creative. You should be creating what pleasure looks like, what pleasure feels like for you, and inviting your person as well. Kind of going back to the lady who, the guy with ED, like if he in something else too, in spaces where you are still working with him, find you some toys, have him stimulate you. If his his mouth still works. A really good way to say that, but it's clear.
But it
So
is
like
what
I
it is.
said, yeah, you know, I feel like that was pretty politically correct, I believe, in my mind. It came
Now,
out.
question, because
Yes,
the one
hello.
thing that people have to be mindful of is
Mhm.
the budget. I know that people don't mind spending hundreds of dollars on toys, but some people might not necessarily have that. So what, as far as budget, where would you advise people to go?
When it comes to that, I would say that really lies on you. This is my thing. I hear people say that all the time, but I just talked to my little brother who had to get his hair locked, right? He about to pay a woman $540 to lock his hair.
What?
You mean to tell me you can't spend $175 on a toy? Nails costing $150, $160, and more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You'll find the money for what you want. So what I say, there's nothing wrong with those cheaper toys. However, there are some risks with them. For example, some of the ones that are jelly material, right? A lot of those are not healthy for your reproductive system.
Mm-hmm.
Although they say they're phosphate free, which is a good thing. However, they are very porous. So although you're cleaning them, they still hold on to stuff. And even with the minor research that they've done about putting condoms over those materials, there's not enough that says that this actually protects you.
Mm-hmm.
So being mindful of stuff like that. So like I said, when it comes to budget, again, it depends on really what you want to do. I will say you can find you a good toy around $60, $70, right? Like this one, no, I lied. This is not the right one. You know what? I don't have, oh my goodness, my bougie pussy. I don't have a single one up here. I'm so sorry. Well, there are toys, like I said, that are around it. You know what? I do have a company, Adam and Eve. Some of their name brand toys are pretty reasonably priced. And I would say, like, again, around $60, $70. That could be a good first time toy, especially if you're just like introducing yourself to toys.
Mm-hmm.
You may not want to spend $100 or more on a toy. So like I say, yeah, $60 is a good amount to spend. Adam and Eve, their brand, they have a large variety of different toys. And again, like I said, reasonably priced, silicone material, all those things. Who else does? It's another company called Cal Exotics. They're also another brand that has some pretty reasonably priced toys. Who else? Nas Toys. That's another brand. You might find some reasonable priced toys in there as well. But like I said, it depends on the person you are. I just believe if you can find the money to go do whatever else you're gonna do, if you're gonna invest in your nails, and let's be honest, these nails don't last but 2 weeks, if that time. And you done paid $150 and more, more for that. You paying $150 for a toy that's gonna last you for years.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to invest in certain things, if you're going to invest in you for real, and again, investing in your pleasure. Because again, how are you going to have certain expectations of the people if you haven't invested in you?
Right.
And not need a toy to invest in your pleasure, because you can use your fingers and whatever else, the heart desires. But again, you have to invest in you first, and then inviting that person. Like, so again, like I said, going back to budget, I'm on a whole tangent about that. But it really depends on what you really want to spend. First of all, what your pockets got, because you might even have $100 some. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I really would say, personally, I would say 60 is a good amount to spend on a reasonable price toy. And depending on what that toy is, definitely. If you're going to do toys, I would always suggest silicone material, which I was going to get into anyway. But silicone material, because it's non-porous, it lasts a long time. That easy clean. And it's just safer for you. It really is safer for you. And there's some products that actually have done a lot of work. This is just like FYI, just random shit that I know. The brand Jimmy Jane, they are actually one of the only companies that is approved by the FDA. A lot of these toys are not approved by the FDA. Like I said, those jelly material ones, if you all just find stuff curious, right? Take some time, go into a toy store and just look at the packaging. A lot of the packaging will say for novelty use only. That protects them. Like, you ain't supposed to put this nowhere.
You ain't supposed to do nothing with this.
Correct. But we all know what you're supposed to be doing with it, because every dog on wear. Yeah. So like I said, again, it depends on what it is that you can afford. But again, like I said, you can just, even if you got to save up a little bit, like, again, invest in your pleasure for real. We will spend money on whatever shit. We got to eat. one tool industries ain't gonna go under in the entire world. I don't care what country you're in, what state, what part of the world you land. Sex and food. This will never go under.
A lot of places also have Afterpay and Affirm and Klarna and Pay Now, PayPal, whatever have you. So my other question is, when it comes to introduction to someone who might not have as much experience or as much knowledge or be open to it, how do two people kind of, essentially find middle ground there?
So a space like that, I would say start with the outside and then go in. So meaning just do clitoral stimulation, anything on the outside. Don't necessarily just enter yourself, because a lot of people go into the stores and they're buying dual vibrators the first time. So like, I hate it. When really and truly, maybe penetration may not be the thing for you. Because also too, research has shown not many women are able to achieve orgasm just from penetration. And sometimes penetration is not even what's really needed. So in spaces where it's like that, again, start from the outside and then go in. So meaning something like this here, which is just a bullet vibrator. And this one here is Fem Fun. I really like this brand too. I will say for first time, this could be good. And I say that because, like I said, the size of it, type of vibration it has, easy, doesn't really look like what it is, does it? I mean, kind of look like a lipstick thing maybe. Or just some random trinket. Could be like, oh, women just always have shit in their drawer. I guess. But anyway, so like I said, outside and then going inward. Because with this toy too, you can slightly enter it. I wouldn't say for deep penetration, but definitely for like, opening of the vagina stimulation, just like slight. So that could be something to introduce you to penetration. And as you get more comfortable and find what pleases you, then you go out, buy you something for penetration until you figure out, what it is that you enjoy. Because I'll be honest, when it comes to toys, as much people will be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this one toy that's gonna make me happy. It doesn't. It's one of those things you gotta try. Like dating, shit. You had one motherfucker and then you didn't like that motherfucker no more. You had a new one. Like I'm sorry, who that analogy I made? Y'all thinking about Sorry. But it's the truth. Again, like dating, you'll be like, oh, I like this person, and then all of a sudden they do some shit. You're like, I can't stand them. Next, and then you go get somebody else. But guess what? You had to figure out with them too. So again, using your toys to that extent. And maybe again, you may not want. And then also sometimes too, you might buy a toy, don't like it now, but then you come back to it, but like, now I can't tell you how many toys I didn't have. Y'all probably saw my post a couple months back where I had a whole spring cleaner. Oh, this is ridiculous how many sex toys I have collected. So I was like, I ain't used this motherfucker in 3 years. Why are you still over here? What are you doing here? Right? So like I said, again, going back, you may find that you don't like it now, but you might like it later on. But like it's just those things. So I think that is how you find middle ground. You'll have to just invest in different toys. Starting off with the outside, then gradually going inside. And if you just like, I really enjoy penetration, then starting off with something that vibrates, because even like the dildos, they have those that vibrate too. So if you just like realistic feel, right? And some of them actually feel like skin. Those are the best, by the way. I'm just saying. However, if you like penetration and prefer a realistic toy, they do have the ones that vibrate. So you can still have clitoral stimulation, but have penetration when you want it. So you can play around with it like that. So like I said, middle ground is definitely that. Oh, also wanted to make sure I mentioned with your question is types of vibration, right? So they have the very rumble type of, vibration. They have the buzzy vibration. Being mindful of that. Something I've heard for many, many years is put the toy in your nose, and if your nose is too sensitive, it's too sensitive for your clitoris. I will say for me, I have yet to find that to be the case.
What? Okay.
But afterwards, let's see, your nose is very sensitive, right? So if your nose is very sensitive, too much for your nose, like I said, it'd be the same thing for your clitoris. But like I said, I don't find that to be the case. I say for those just starting out, maybe having a rumble vibration toy is really good, because you can take and have it just on the hood of your clitoris. So that way it's not direct contact. And sometimes that is a discomfort. So having it on the hood so it's not as intense, so it won't overstimulate you. So if you have a good rumble vibration toy as the first time toy, it's good. And then kind of leaning into the more buzzy, because they can be fun too.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's why I say that's the middle ground. I would say that outside in, starting outside, then going in. starting off with a rumble vibration, or also too, starting off with a air pulsating toy as well. That might actually be a good toy to start with because it won't be as stimulating, so you'll still get the feel that you're looking for.
So, what about men? Because I do see on Instagram a lot, where guys would get excited about certain toys or certain feels or certain lubes or whatever. But first of all, number one, how do you know that they're safe? And then two, how do they, I guess, build up the confidence to be like, oh, I'm going to go and buy a toy?
Okay, so seeing stuff online, just like you do before you take and buy the newest car or before you buy the newest tech, do the same thing with your PP. Sit down and go to the company you're looking at. Read if they have a website, go through the website, read the materials that they're using, see if they have any instructionals, right? See if what lubricants are safe for the toy, right? Like doing all those things, seeing what other guys are saying because people do talk, right? So just do some reviews, like do some research on the toy yourself to figure out one, if you're really going to enjoy it, right? That's number one. Now, as far as building up confidence, that's solely on you. Now, I will say this here. Nowadays, we have a lot more variety in shopping. So if you're one who does not want to go into the store, and I would say for guys, really and truly, y'all got an easy sex shopping because y'all into something. The vulva, although she's amazing, she is. However, we go through a lot because it's a lot to stimulate, right? Might like it here, might like it there. Oh, you just, and you be done. Like, so sex shopping for men is a lot easier. So y'all can sit at home and buy y'all sex toy online. The only thing you want to know if it's tight, what lube to use with it, what's the little bitty thing in that make it, whatever. If it vibrates, like the little, y'all don't know. So like, some of the male sex toys have like a little, they have inside they have different textures. So some of they may have like little pieces that hang, so it kind of stimulates the head. So like again, stimulation. So like I said, y'all stuff is really easy for y'all to sit at home and just shop because you're gonna stick it in something and just bang up and down. That's really the end of it. Like so, you just you're not comfortable buying it in the store. You can shop online. Sit at your house and then shop it and have it discreetly sent to you. So I think for guys, again, you don't have to go in the store and buy your stuff. You really can't just be at home.
Do you find that companies are doing better with being discreet?
I think they were always discreet, really and truly. But after a while, somebody show up with a big black bag. Got dicks in there. And then you sending it through the mail, it's in a brown. You don't know what's in there any doggone way. That's got big ass Adam and Eve splattered on top of it. It's like, they fun.
Shut up. Big black bag. They got some.
Listen, that always, and I be looking at to the sex, but they always put my stuff like Adam and Eve put in a red bag. First of all, the red bag is see-through. What are you hiding?
Right.
What are we hiding? If I got Big Jane, big dick on it, you see it as I'm walking out the damn store. Like, and then you go into other stores, they got this big, very obvious black bag, like.
Yes, why does he have that big black dick in his bag? What's
really so never like you want a bag. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want a damn bag. Give me the damn thing. Like
exactly.
Like people are getting smart now. I saw a lady. She actually bought a reusable bag, and I was like, oh, that's smart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they could be discreet. I'm thinking maybe that might be something for sex toys, toy stores to pick up. Get some reusable bags. Ones that are basic, like pink or blue, just something that don't look like what it is for those who care about discretion. Because some of us don't. Like myself, I walk out my sex toy happy. I be like, yay! I'm playing for you. I'm the whole world. I had this toy.
But I was wondering about that because I do know that sometimes it's just like stores will work very hard and they'll say like, oh well, if you want this wrapped a certain type of way to make sure that it's discreet, but like you said, depending on what you buying, you got this big ass box at your front door. It's like, sir, that's like a coffin. What's in there?
Right.
That doll they ordered.
Listen, I really wonder how they deliver those. Oh my God, I would love for somebody to live next to me to order one because I want to know what does it look like? Because actually like the full body ones, y'all, like how do you ship that? Because it's already together.
Oh,
There's no putting it together. It's already together because it's lifelike. So it's the silicone, the fleshy skin, like all of it. Like how do you?
How is that going to show up on my front door?
Yeah, that's a big ass coffin.
Like, we know what you got.
And I don't want to tell them mind your business.
You said at the hub.
You probably have to pick that up at the hub because they're so expensive. You wouldn't want to just leave that on the porch.
Mhm.
That they're anywhere between 2,500 and more.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're like 2,500 and more.
Oh yeah.
For depending on what you wanted to do.
They have a really cool one. I don't know if they actually came into being made, but I know during COVID, when I was working for a toy company, they we would sit be in sessions with people with the newest toys, blah blah blah. So it was showing everything, hoping somebody pick it up. Anyway, so there was this new toy, and I thought it was really fast. If I was the guy, I was like, oh fuck that thing. So listen, this is all like a full body, right? But it's in space where you can take and like manipulate the temperature of the vagina.
Oh,
right. I was like, damn, I put my finger in it. Come on, what it feel like?
wow.
So like you can so again, maximizing your pleasure. I was like, that's fire though. I'm excited about that toy.
Wait a minute. What in the Black Mirror is going on? Yeah. you can fluctuate the temperature in a doll's vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much is that damn doll?
The mouth too.
Oh yeah. So like like I say, male toys, you all like much people like I've heard men say they even got responses from guys saying that there aren't any good toys for men. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. You mean to tell me, like, listen, have anybody seen the full body one, like for women or those who enjoy penetration? Like, they have the torso that has the penis, right? You got to do a lot of manual work with that. Like, you got to, like, it don't fuck you fuck it. Like, what? Right. The first thing you're gonna get to that is the Sibian. And I want a Sibian. I can't even lie. That thing is nice, right? You know, or the Sibian is the machine that actually like eat the okay. Yeah. I'm walking outside my big bag like, yay!
But like you said, this is an investment. Like if we're talking about a doll that's starting at $2,500 and
they're investing in their pleasure, and I applaud them really and truly. Like I said, guys have this. When it comes to sex, it's so easy for guys to be like whatever. As much as they talk about men buying toys, these motherfuckers out here doing it, and I'm loving how guys are being more open about them using toys, like really and truly. But again, to your point, like you're investing in your pleasure, and with men, you're doing that because again, you have to, depending on the toy, like Kenny said, $2,500 and up, like they could be all the way up to like $10,000 and still
$10,000.
You're buying a person.
Yes, literally. You can customize the eyes, the hair, size of the breast, vagina texture, skin color. Like you literally make your toy for you. Meanwhile, for women, they already put our shit together, and we got float around.
Good luck.
Out which one? Again, you end up with me with a collection of shit. Like literally, y'all seen this table? Like, now I ain't used these, but I'm just saying.
$10,000.
The torso on Amazon is
Amazon.
A stat.
Oh yeah, girl. Amazon's really good for sex toys too. Now I would say be mindful. And I should have said that when buying toys online, because some of these companies you don't know what's going on, right? Especially like Alibaba and stuff like that. A lot of those toys don't have a name brand. So with those particular toys, these are toys that are actually just created, right? So you know, like for instance, this toy right here, right? This toy design was already made. WeVibe went and someone was like, oh, this is shit. Now WeVibe, because they actually do their own designs. Like, when I talk about WeVibe and Laywine, they actually create the designs for their shit. Now, somebody like, I'll say this one here, right? They go and they look, oh, snap, this is really cool. They take and buy the license for that toy and slap their name on it, and they're selling it. So you buy it off Alibaba, nobody bought it just yet, or unless they haven't said anything about it. They're just selling you some random toy. You don't know where it's being produced. Well, you know it's produced in China. That's where all the stuff's really made at in China, really truly. But on top of that, you don't know how, like, what's going on there. Safety reasons. Hasn't been through anything. Really and truly, have somebody return that shit and they repackage it and sold it back to you. Like, you don't really know it's online.
1,400. I found
She's
her one.
adorable.
Okay, that's freaky. And what?
fact
God.
that she actually looks like
Yes, it
real-
looks like a real chick, like an
Can
Instagram.
you put it to the camera like everybody else might want to see?
I don't know if I can do
Oh,
it.
okay, never mind. Gotcha. Send it to me.
Can y'all see that?
Wait, hold on. Keep doing what you're doing. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna just do this. Now she should be able to see it. Now,
I'm
Oh,
okay.
okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
yeah,
It's crazy. 14, you said?
1400.
That's wild.
Whew.
Mhm. And she on the cheaper side, so that means she might
I'm
not.
gonna say this is cheap. 'Cause you're not
Oh.
customizing this, but it also weighs 135 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Cause it's a person, like all that silicone, like me. You know my booty I got. You my girl. Like you have to see how good she feels. You know my travel with me.
Yes. Oh, the black one.
Yes. You know that's our girl. Listen.
He had to put her away. She was getting abused, child.
I know that was going on. I was like,
Poor baby.
oh,
She-
you missed it. Oh, I'm talking about they picked her up and had her passed around the room. I'm like, give me my ass. How she get up downstairs at the bar? Like, what is she doing at the bar? She don't belong there.
Give me my ass.
I had to go find her. I had to apologize. I was like, oh,
Kia.
I'm just saying.
Tyrannikia. Give me my ass.
You was there. She was everywhere. So they picked her up. They were holding her. One girl, she would not let her loose. I mean, she wanted to buy her right. And I'm like, sis, you know what she done been through? You don't want her.
Right. I know. That was crazy. She was obsessed.
She was like, give me the price. I'm like, ma'am.
But how much would that be?
So that particular toy will cost you around $500 for the size of it.
Okay. And see, I can see that. But that's not bad. You know,
But that's
1410.
yeah, but like when I think about it, it's like the whole torso. So they have the ones that's like torso and some legs. So you can get excited for like parts like that. Those
That's a stack.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you find
The torso.
He
is a
said they're on
stack.
Amazon. Yeah.
yeah, like I said, you can get Amazon is really good for selling toys, and Amazon also sells name brand toys. But like I said, being mindful on the seller, do your research on the seller because what you don't want to happen is again you are getting toys that are just being resold, or you don't know what's going on with them, where they've been. Because once though, like some of these companies, like for example, like Adam and Eve, what they'll do is like if they have like a box of toys come in and let's say somebody cut the box open and now all the boxes have been cut open. So what they do is they take and they sell those toys to the employees. And nothing wrong with the toys. They've never been opened. It's just that the package is damaged.
Huh.
So yeah, like they'll take and sell them to their employees. So they take and get a big box. They have like different sizes. You can get like a small box, medium box, large box, just random ass sex toys. And you just buy them for pennies on a dollar. And then some people take and resell them, give them away, do whatever they want to do with them.
That's actually pretty smart though.
It is, but again, you don't. It's different when it's not coming from the warehouse of the actual company.
Right.
What also happens too, you don't have a warranty with that too. High-end toys, they have warranties on their toys. So you buy from Amazon, there's no guarantee that warranty is going to apply to this company.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say it's you got to be mindful when shopping for toys, especially like I say Amazon, those cheaper brands and stuff like that. Especially you gonna take and spend $100-something on a toy. You expect some safety or something like that because as much as we know these are mechanics, some of them are defective.
Right.
You happen to be the one to spend $100-something on a defective toy, and now the seller like, I don't know what to tell you, final sale, and you go to the company like, they ain't got shit to do with us. Now you out $50.
Now, well, we still got about like 7 minutes, but let people know about cleaning because I know, first of all, we can't even get people to clean their ass, let alone cleaning toys. So, what are some good products to use, or even like name brand products to purchase to make sure that you're cleaning them properly?
Right. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to get into that also lubricants too. So before I talk about cleaning, let's talk about lubricants. So many women, I hear often how wet their stuff is and this, that, and the other. Yeah, you juicy, oozy, sis. However, it don't get wet on tap. And if you've been fucking for a while, you dry up. I don't give a damn how wet it is. It does, right? So being mindful to always use lubricant when you're playing, whether it's outside play or inside play. Because the slipperier, the better. I promise you. When using water-based lubricant, it's best for silicone toys, and really water based is matched with any type of material. However, silicone lubricant is going to be good for glass, steel, and that jelly material. You'll be fine with those, but you never want to use silicone with silicone toys. The chemical will act against itself and your toy will deteriorate.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you don't want that. Also, if you are going to buy a jelly material toy because you just saw it now and that's what you can afford, cool. However, if you have multiple jelly toys, do not store them together. Again, the materials will act against themselves and they will melt. So never store 2 jelly material toys next to each other. I wanted to say that. Now, as far as cleaning, depending on the material. So like a silicone toy, soap and water is good. Now, what type of soap and water? You can use a toy cleaner. A toy cleaner that I use is Joe. I'm a big Joe fan. Besides they lube, they're water-based. You know what? I got a bone to pick with them motherfuckers.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what they changed in the formula, but that shit had my inner thigh red. I was like, motherfucker. I woke up like, what happened?
Leave them a damn review. Do you need me to write it?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell them. Listen, I'm just like, bad help.
You'll have a whole life supply of lubrication.
Give me the new batch because the shit I got. Okay. But anyway, so like I said, Joe, I love their toy cleaner. That's a really good toy cleaner. Something else I use too. I use vaginal wash as toy cleaner too, because sometimes people are very sensitive. Like I still have my bottle of honey pot before they, sold off and changed their formula and shit.
Yeah.
I got that girl shit. I got hers. Anyway, so like I said, I still use my honey pot to clean my toys as well. You can never go wrong with Dial soap. Dial soap is antibacterial, cleans really well, and doesn't leave stains and stuff like that. So you want to do that with your toys. Silicone, like I said, soap and water is really good. Anything really soap and water. You want to make sure whatever soap you use is antibacterial. The jelly material toys, like I said, you can wash them and they're good to be cleaned. However, because they're so porous, also the cyber skin too, they're so porous. They're clean, but it's like, again, it just is what it is. So I would say for cleanliness, maybe not keeping them as long as you would your silicone or your glass.
Okay.
So, switching those out every once in a while, especially, let me say this, for the girls that play with girls and the girls that wear straps. If you out here fucking and you fucking mouth with people, switch up your dick. I gotta say it every time. Stop fucking people with the same damn shit. Like, it's not okay. And again, if you're going to be doing whatever, just have you some new dicks. That's it. Switch them up every a couple months. Just saying. Or I always tell people, bring your own dick. So when you fucking, you got your shit, you don't want to roll it. Anyway.
Boom.
Back to cleanliness. So like I said, glass, again, with those, the same thing. Now, glass and silicone that does not have a motor, just a basic silicone toy. Those you can actually take and put in the dishwasher. I know it sounds crazy, but you can't put them in the dishwasher. You can take and boil them in hot water to really sterilize them as well. So like I said, glass, steel, and again, silicone that does not have a motor. Do not put your vibrating toys in hot water and in the dishwasher, because you're going to come out and she won't buzz ever again.
Boom. Yeah. There you go.
So that's cleaning. Then also, along with cleaning this, making sure you're storing the toys properly. So if you have a toy bag, if you don't have a toy bag, you have all these makeup bags. Like, take and store your toys somewhere where they're not banging against the bills that's in your drawer in your bedroom. Or some random ass let a glass refuse to throw away. Like, your pennies and coins, not your daggone dildo smell like cow.
Yes, because I want to play with myself, but my Duke energy is due at the same.
Listen, that might be a better idea. Fuck it. I can't pay the bitch. Might as well.
Let me just reach over to grab this pen real quick.
I'm just saying, you don't need the lights to fuck either, so fuck them lights. She'll be fine.
Girl, the damn money went to the damn toy.
Okay. Took all my energy.
Hey. Listen, well, guess what? At least you happy. You spent your money off what you really wanted. Fuck Duke energy. They gonna be all right. Don't listen to me. This is bad advice. I ain't bullshitting. As you can see, my life is on. I hate my pay, okay?
That's right.
Duke energy, I'm lying. I'm just playing.
because my shit is on. Fuck that.
I'm lying. I'll pay that bitch next month too. Don't worry.
On time.
I will.
Stupid as hell.
You gotta charge the bitch. You gotta charge her. So I have to think about it. Yeah.
That part didn't ran out, and then now you sitting here looking stupid.
I know. Rubbing your damn coochie against your hand like motherfucker. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed.
Let everyone know how they can follow you in your ass.
I had to put my look, you got me an idea. I'm gonna take a put my booty on plans. I'm gonna put on them, touch them, shake them. Put my nails on. Ooh, yeah. Like, Okay, I'm done. Yes, find me on Instagram _education. I will be more consistent with my show, y'all. Life has been lifing. We back.
Do you know what the next show is going to be about yet?
Yes, the next show I'm going to talk about. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm still in contact with the therapist. I'm actually going to interview a pregnancy therapist. Yeah, a Black woman, beautiful. So I want to interview her and talk about what pleasure looks like for mothers who are during pregnancy, after pregnancy, dealing with postpartum, and how to actually engage in pleasure not only with your partner but also for yourself, especially those who may be single mothers, right? So so when they hear from her, but that's hopefully is going to be the next show topic. It's just again talking about pleasure during pregnancy. Yeah,
that's a good topic. Yes,
listen, I'm gonna do the nasty damage, baby and all. Huh.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. As always, we're up out of here. It was Sex Unbanned with Tyranikia D. Chappelle. Of course, it's your homies, the family, TDS Radio. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Oh my God, y'all so cute.